Women are increasingly breaking barriers and redefining leadership roles globally. Yet challenges like gender bias and pay disparities persist. In South Africa's higher education sector, women still face significant underrepresentation in senior academic positions, with only 18.5% of professors being women. To share her experiences and insights on overcoming these challenges, we are joined by Marjorie Tlali, the first black female head of STADIO's Centurion campus. Marjorie, thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight this evening. We appreciate your time during Women's Month. Perhaps you can tell us, first of all, why you think women are so underrepresented in permanent senior academic positions in South Africa.
First of all, good evening to you, Andy, and the beautiful listeners at home. Thank you for having me tonight, especially during Women's Month, where we celebrate and empower women. There's a lot of challenges, Andy, if you look at the representation of women in leadership roles in higher education. There's a lot of push and pull factors, such as your personal, organizational, societal, and democratic factors. You know, if you look at gender biasness, there's certain views that men are often seen as more competent and capable of leadership as compared to women. And at the end of the day, it reflects on the different qualifications, skills, and knowledge that both genders have. So if you look at these stereotypes as well as misleading perceptions, a lot of critical high-level leadership positions, especially in higher education, are believed to be occupied by men as opposed to females. There's a saying that says leaders are born and some are made. And it's high time that the higher education industry recognizes women, provide them with mentors that will provide and guide them with the necessary leadership skills to be able to thrive.
What were some of your biggest challenges in accessing leadership roles in higher education?
Well, there's a lot of those, Anli, and I can just mention a few. If you look at women, they are servant leaders, and a lot of them are genuine. Women lead with passion, empathy, and they're very much vocal about what they want and how they prefer things. If you look at lack of support in the industry and the workplace, a lot of women become easily demotivated. And misconceptions about tradition and beliefs also play a big role. And a lot of growth opportunities, you know, in the fields of higher education, there's limited opportunities for female. The biggest one is actually work-life balance, where a lot of women need to, you know, balance their personal lives with the work life. There's a lot of demands from work, and especially this type of a role. And a lot of opportunities fail women, and they pass them by because of the work-life balance that is lacking.
So studies have shown that companies who prioritize gender parity in the workplace have a higher return than those who don't. So it obviously pays to have women on board, but how do we smooth the way for them by changing how our workspaces function to allow for a better work-life balance, for instance?
So if you look at the other challenges that we alluded to earlier, Andy, the limited access to strategic networks and opportunities also challenge a lot of women. There's a lot of male-dominated cycles, both socially and professionally, within which women struggle to penetrate and get inside. So it's very important that in a workplace, women are empowered and recognized. You know, you need to make them believe in themselves. They need to be equipped with different opportunities, skills, and knowledge to be better aligned to leadership roles that may arise. There's also the necessity to encourage support structures and have open communications to ensure that women leaders are not misled into believing in irrelevant politics in the industry. It's essential that employers also make women understand that they are not entitled, but rather they should work hard, create a name or image for themselves, remain focused, grounded, and humble. I always say it's very much important to remember the reason that you started this journey in the first place. Leadership is only a platform for women to showcase exactly that touching people's lives means exactly that, making a difference out there.
What's your advice, seeing as we are in Women's Month, for young women in the higher education and training space who want to ascend leadership roles but perhaps look at these daunting obstacles and think, oh, no, well, I'll never do it, let me just stick to my lane?
Women should empower themselves. It's not only about being developed by the employer. It's very critical that women open themselves to leadership positions. They need to equip themselves with the relevant skills and knowledge. Be open to growth and criticism there and there to make sure they are aligned to their growth. It's also very important that women understand the industry that they work for. It's very important that you create a nice balance in your mental and emotional well-being as well. As a woman, you need to understand diversity as it's critical for a lot of organizations. Women need to view their roles as achievable and as open as possible. A lot of organizations are really trying to remove red tapes and limitations for women. Organizations such as STADIO, for example, where women are allowed to be themselves, they are given autonomy. The CEO actually calls women leaders lionesses. So it's very important that women understand that the workplace is opening up to create opportunities for them. It's about time that they claim their seat in the boardroom.
It is absolutely time. On that very powerful note, we are going to say good night, but thank you so much for your time and your strong message. That was Marjorie Tlali, head of STADIO Centurion campus. Now, still to come on Newsnight.
I'm going to try to show it to you.